language.
Hello and welcome back to the Weighted Native Chronicles. I have a special video for you today. This is a video that is marking having passed the 1,000 subscriber mark, and I'm really so thankful to all of you who've supported this channel and continue to support it. It's been a long process to get to this far, and it finally came to that point where YouTube let me know that, hey, you're now a monetized channel. So not that it's going to be a whole pile of money or anything, but you know, you want to kind of accomplish something, and making videos is something that I've enjoyed doing for a long time actually. Going back even to the early days of VHS video recorders. So we're talking back in the 1980s, maybe even late 1970s. The first video cameras came out on the market, and there was that battle still going on with Beta and VHS. Luckily I chose VHS. And even at that time it was a very fresh technology, and my attitude, being a young man at the time with a young family, I wanted to be able to capture video of the children and the things that we do from way back in those days, and to do it in as high quality as possible. So even though I didn't have a lot of money, I dipped into my pocket really deep and got the very best video recording setup that I could. Back in that day, the video recorder consisted of a big box like that you carry along with a huge battery in it, and then a separate camera. In the case of mine, I forget what the brand of that VHS equipment was, but it was really high-end stuff. So I got the very best stuff that I could, and began working on making videos, and it's been sort of a passion of mine through since then. So it's you know, the times have progressed, and back then the ability to edit videos for the everyman was not really there, so you really had to focus on taking all your scenes in an order that they could just naturally go together end to end with, because you had no opportunity to edit scenes at a later point. So I did the best I can, and then as technology moved on, we got better and better devices, and you know, finally here I am about 40 years later. Now I have a YouTube channel with over 1,000 subscribers, and I got to tell you, I'm so happy about this. I just can't thank you enough for your support, and I've really tried to put out the best content that I can, because aside from making video, my passion really is hunting and shooting, reloading, those sorts of things, and the traditional crafts. It's a big connection with what I do with my wife, who's native. She's, or as people sometimes say, indigenous. Who knows what term you got to use nowadays? But she's from the Denetha Nation, and she speaks her own language. She's very traditional, and it's really been quite a ride for the two of us, coming from very different cultures, trying to blend those things together. Fortunately, one of the things that really tied us together and gave us things to do that we both enjoy is the sport of hunting. So, you know, actually right from the very first time I introduced myself to her, that was the first question I asked her, was if she liked to hunt. So she sort of passed that interview with flying colors when she said that her father was a trapper and she grew up on a reserve. So, you know, here we are all these years later, and I'm not sure how you celebrate something like this, but maybe with the this channel, it's fair to give you a little bit of the back history of my back history and my wife's, because the way in which we've come upon this might be of interest to you. So I'm just going to kind of show you a little bit of one of the very early videos that we made on a hunting trip. We lived up north in Yukon and hunted in Alaska as well, and we spent quite a bit of time in the bush up there. And this is, I'll tell you, this is where my wife just really excels, is living the simple life. She's never a complainer. As you can see, she can pack a big load too, and when you've got to pack all your camping gear to get up to almost the top of a mountain to hunt, that's quite a challenge, just with the two of us. Plus, did I mention that great big video recorder that I bought? So we spent time like that. We ran out of food at one point, and I actually had to start living off the land. I was shooting rabbits with my .30-30, so it was quite exciting, quite an experience. Also, while living up north, the opportunities to fish and take the kids out in nature was just splendid, and you can see that we had a lot of good times. Maybe I focused a little bit too much on my wife. I just look back at her in those days. She's still a beautiful woman, but boy, she's just a knockout. Such a lovely woman, and lovely personality as well, and certainly being very patient and forgiving with me over the years. There's nothing quite like a good marriage to sustain you, and that marriage really is built on a common faith in God. I don't preach a whole lot on this channel, but you know, I have to tell you the truth. That's what it is. So right from the very beginning, we both started going to church together, and I think that's really provided a foundation in our lives, and also for the lives of our children. So it's wonderful to see your children grow together, grow up as you raise them together, and grow strong. And now we're getting into our years where we're heading into retirement. Maybe this video channel will grow and start to supply a significant source of income, perhaps, as I get a little bit old and doddery. So we'll see what happens. I mainly do it for the love of it, but it is nice to receive some revenues, and again I thank you for that. So I don't want to drag this on too long. I don't know how many times I can say thank you. I'm just want to tell you I'm so happy about this, and I haven't stopped making videos. I had to take a little bit of a break here because I did all my videos on a small laptop computer, and I'll tell you, it took a long time to process videos on that little thing, and the editing was so choppy, very difficult to do. So after YouTube gave me that 1,000 subscriber mark, I thought, let's celebrate, and I'm going to go out and buy myself a better computer. So that's what I did. And so the fact that I haven't been uploading videos for a little while here is due to the fact that I'm setting up that new computer, and I've got it just about all done. And in fact, this is the first video that I'm producing on that new machine. So in the future, it should be bigger and better things. So until next time, God bless, and thank you once again.